semuanya, selamat datang di channel kami.
Pada kesempatan kali ini, kami bakal mewawancarai teman-teman kami dan pengalaman mereka tentang culture shock.
Tonton terus sampai habis ya.
My name is Muhammad Fadila. You can usually call me Arai.
Nama aku Aryo Arditoksumo, umur 20.
I'm 21 years old and I used to live in Taiwan for around 3 years or so.
Pernah di Prancis 8 bulan kurang.
The first impression that I got, well, it was from the airport, honestly. It was very much technologically advanced, much more than Indonesia, and I think I was kind of a bit more in awe. The infrastructure of the buildings are very different than Indonesia, where it's all concrete and
Kesan pertama kayak nggak tahu sih, keren aja gitu karena nyampe ke Paris. Kayaknya pertama enggak deh, bukan pertama ke luar negeri, tapi kayak pertama yang jauh gitu. Terus kayak langsung Paris, terus tinggal di sana juga, jadi kayak wow aja. Gaya hidup lebih ke banyak hal sih ya. Kalau yang pertama bikin shock sih sebenarnya karena kita expect makanan buat jadi mahal, tapi kita sebenarnya nggak langsung kaget karena ngeliatnya kayak bayar 10 euro, 15 euro kayak 10 ribu, 15 ribu gitu kan. Tapi pas kita itu kayak wah ini nasi goreng 300 ribu. Sebenarnya kita udah expect, cuman tetap aja kayak aneh gitu.
I think the biggest difference was the modes of transportation. Usually in Indonesia there's a lot of, I guess, personal transportation. In Taiwan they usually focus more on public transportation like buses or subways or MRTs, and I think that was the kind of best part of the country compared to Indonesia.
Cuaca dingin sih di sana. Dibilang frustasi enggak sih kalau pas dingin, karena kan kayak nggak big deal juga. Justru ribetnya tuh pas lagi panas. Kebetulan waktu itu puasanya pas summer. Iya, jadi kayak sahur jam 3, jam 2, buka jam 10 malam.
Malam banget.
Kalau komunikasi sih aku terutama langsung berusaha nyari teman, karena aku langsung daftar gym segala macam, jadi nyari teman yang di luar Indo supaya nggak, jadi culture shocknya tuh bener-bener bikin shock sendiri gitu, bukan kayak dibikin shock sama sana. Jadi kayak langsung aja kayak gimana caranya supaya langsung kenal segala macam itu, main basket dan lain-lain. Itu sih yang bikin gampang.
Beda nggak sih sama kayak nyari temen di sini?
Di sana lebih open, tapi di sisi lain kayak punya batasan masing-masing gitu. Kita bisa ngobrol sama semua orang, tapi orang kayak masing-masing punya batasan aja gitu.
It was pretty hard because of the language barrier. I had not known that I had to move to Taiwan where their base language was Chinese, and so it was pretty hard to adjust to everything, I guess. Because of the, I think, language different, I couldn't understand anyone asking me anything, even if I wanted to go to the supermarket just to buy a simple drink or water. They still have to converse with me in Chinese, and so that was kind of, I think, the biggest thing to have to learn to adapt to. So, for example, if they asked me, "Do you want to reheat the food that I had?" I would say no, and then from the response that I get, if they would just give it to me or they would reheat it, and then I'd be like, "Oh, if I say this, the outcome is that." So that's kind of like how I would learn. I think for the habits or like the actual cultures of, I guess, the normal people there, it took probably about a year or so, and then it took 2 years for me to kind of assimilate with, I guess, the lifestyle of a student in Taiwan, because again, of the language barrier, and I didn't really have much prior knowledge of the language, so I had to kind of learn from experience during those 2 years. So it took about 2 years to finally feel like I'm okay, like I'm comfortable in where I am.
Setengah tahun ya mungkin ya, kayak 4, 5, 6 bulan mulai merasa nyaman.
There might have been, to be honest, but I wouldn't really know because, again, I didn't understand a word they said.
Kalau rasisme juga nggak pernah ngerasain kayak atau stereotip negatif, misalkan karena kamu Indonesia gini gitu.
Enggak, respectful sebenarnya.
It was more of like, because they knew I couldn't really say or understand the language, they were kind of more welcome and open to like, oh, this person does not understand, and they're kind of willing to help.
Kalau sebaliknya, pernah nggak sih kayak karena kamu Indonesia, kamu jadi kayak diuntungin gitu?
Enggak juga.
Kayak
Jadi
mendapat
emang
perlakuan
udah.
khusus.
Jadi kebetulan waktu itu aku bukan di Parisnya banget. Jadi kayak bukan kayak Jakartanya, tapi di kota yang yang bukan apa sih namanya metropolitan lah ya. Tapi di sana emang udah rata, udah bukan kayak di Indonesia kita ngelihat orang yang non Indonesia, non Melayu gitu, kita yang kayak orang ini, nggak usah jauh-jauh, ada orang timur aja datang ke sini, mungkin kita ngeliatnya beda. Nah di sana tuh udah blend aja, ada yang dari semua tempat tuh ada gitu.
I think one of the biggest examples that I had was when I was in middle school. I had to attend a public school, and it was based on Chinese, and I couldn't really understand anything. And then because I had really bad grades, I only got A in English, and then the rest of the subjects I pretty much failed. And I think because they knew that I was a foreigner and I didn't understand much of anything, they let me pass. And I think that was kind of the biggest, most advantageous thing that I have gotten by being a foreigner in a school.
Jujur better than yang aku pikirin.
I guess definitely.
Kirain Paris bagus, ternyata jauh lebih bagus dari yang aku pikirin gitu.
I would think of like, if it's like somewhere that uses Chinese, it would be more cultural and there would be more like traditional stuff. But in Taiwan, it was very much technologically advanced, and there was a lot of, I guess, technologies that was not even here yet in Indonesia. So.
Balik ya, tinggal enggak?
Yes, definitely.
Karena dari Indonesia harus ya gede di Indonesia lah, jangan di luar.
It's just nice to go. So if you ask me if I want to live there again, yes I would.
Jadi tetap di Indonesia ya?
Yes.
Nah, gimana? Tertarik untuk mengunjungi negara-negara barusan?
Semoga video ini bermanfaat ya. Terima kasih sudah nonton sampai habis. See you!